So good morning. So my presentation would be on the roles and responsibilities in video game development. What's the motive behind this presentation? For me, it's to know about my career and its environment. We all love to play games, but very few know what goes into making of them. So for you all, it would be the underrated opportunities available for different types of career field in game development. Game dev is a process of making a game, right from the idea to its design to the real working of it, that is its development, and then releasing it to public via online or offline stores. Now, the making of game can be done by one person to a few people. This criteria is known as independent development or indie development. But some studios have big teams for it. Sometimes the development is funded by big publisher companies as well. So the roles of the video game development is divided into three parts. The first is producer, then the publisher, and the last is development team. Producer, aka the director of the studio. They can be in-house or external producer. External as in assigned by the publishing company. Producer oversees one to many projects and its development, managing different development teams, scheduling their tasks and processes, supervising the progress, managing and maintaining the budget, negotiate the contracts with people coming on board to help with development, resources, and supplies. And of course, the public relations, interacting with press, journalists, and public. The next is publisher. Now, either if you have your own publishing house, you can publish your game on your own or outsource it externally. Now, all the mentioned publishers here have their own dev team as well for their own project. To have your project funded, you have to show them a demo. No publisher will fund your game unless you show them a prototype. The publisher funds the development and provides quality assurance personnel as well. They are responsible for manufacturing, design, packaging of the product, whether they are selling it offline or online. Resources required for selling as well. They are also responsible for marketing and advertising the product. Large publishers may also attempt to boost efficiency by providing services such as sound, design assets, resources, and logistics for the development team. What they get in return is a percentage in sales for every product bought. The next is the development team. They're divided into 6 parts. These parts are or can be handled from one person to a big team. The first is designer, very important part of the development because they are the seed of the project. They give birth to an idea. They assign which genre the game should lie. They can also work as a writer, create a story, dialogues, commentary, and characters required for it. Then come up with a gameplay idea, how the game should be portrayed, the rules and structure of the game. They are also responsible for creating appealing game mechanics for the game and the characters. After all this, they come up with the requirements, budget, and schedule for the game. The next is artist. The role is for creating game art and gameplay art, from sprites, textures, 2D, 3D models, and meshes, and implement the animation as well for them. They mutually work between the lead designer and the programmer, creating the world of the game in 2D or 3D environment if required, and also make the art for UI and UX for the end user experience, and of course the cinematic shots for cutscenes that we all love to see. Next are programmers. Programmers are the ones who bring all the hard work done by others to life, quote unquote, which can be controlled by the users. They are responsible for making the physics, implementing the gameplay as per the designer, create AI if the game needs it, managing the graphics created by artists, integrating sound by sound engineers. They create games on a software called as engine. So implement the UI graphics and physics in that, scripting for automation to work efficiently, and implementing the UI as per the artist. Also have the necessary input and controls of the game implemented if they are unique. If the game requires networking, they are requested to provide that as well. Work on tools and porting of the game to different types of devices, from PlayStation to Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and Apple, Windows, etc. Next is,
Sorry,
yeah,
have you?
yeah, I'm about to complete it.
Yeah.
Next is level designer. They work closely with designer. Their job is very specific of creating levels, environment, climate of those levels, user experience on entering those specific levels, challenges, missions required for it, which objectives to be added and rewards as well. Next are the sound engineers. For big games, engineers are responsible for recording, editing, mixing, and production of unique game sounds required. They also create soundtracks and sound effects as per the designer to create mood or vibe specific to different levels, create musical scores for game and cinematic shots, and of course, voiceover for dialogues and commentary if required. The last is testers. They work closely with programmers. They assure the quality of end user product, help to track bugs and defects, test every version of the game launched on different devices, test for convenient and fun gameplay and realistic appealing mechanics and graphics of the game for the audience. So that's all. What would we be seeing next in this presentation? We'll see the process or the stages of the game, how an idea comes into market as a final product. Thank you.